messed it up a little bit taking it out. They were drawing it out to the other frames. So you guys gonna be able to see this, sort of, kinda, sorta. Oh, this is the light stuff too. Wait, I'm using the wrong scraper. Hold on, will that stay for a second? Hopefully. I like my red scraper better. What up, Carolina Con Family Homestead? How we doing today? Oh, this is such light honey. Unfortunately, it's going to be mixed. I will do my best to turn around everybody from time to time and see who's saying what. But work is work, unfortunately. Hope you're all having a good Monday. Shit, I still need to work out. It's Monday. It's my workout day today. Because getting stung and picking up 80-pound boxes is not enough of a workout. What do they say? They say getting on a ladder every day is work, or working out until you're used to it, right? This is not bad for first year honeycomb. I mean, they got a little creative right there, but what we're going to do is we're going to spin that out and we'll cut it off when we put it back on the hive. This honey looks so fire though, guys. I'll tell you. Some chunk of the honey I caught. Wait, in the jar. Let me get honey. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like the big old chunk of it, right? I'll show you in a second when I get my hands unsticky. But a frame of mine broke today when I was pulling these. I like separated it and like the first frame, like one of the bunny ears on it broke. And I'm like, shit. And I went to do the other side and I pulled it up and like this part of the frame just completely disconnected. Alright. Oh, that looks so nice. Okay, so unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with a little bit of an uneven wobble. Because of course I had two, two medium frames in there, or two deep frames in there rather. Uncle had some bees. Oh, he's hooked up with a jar of honey in here. That's awesome. Just a jar, man? What a cheap uncle. I mean, it's hard work, obviously. We see this. We know what it's like. Jump on this side, maybe. You know what I'm gonna do? Put some of the water bottles under here while I hold this down. And just sit here and spin. So we got two deeps and one medium. So it's gonna be a little jumpy. It's usually always jumpy just because you have uneven honey weights and they drill it on differently on a different frame. So what this is quite a big difference of weight, a medium frame versus a deep frame. Whew. need to drill this thing into the ground, man. Honestly, that spun out pretty nice. You see this side's filled with honey still? This side is not. Take it. Flipping. And also you see this side's not really fully drawn. That's another thing that's causing our cattywampus. The what, man? The cattywampus? Did he say catty swamp ass? Honestly, once it's warm, you really don't need to spin too much. And down in the basement here is probably, I don't know, 80 degrees today. Open up the floodgates and show you guys. Ready? Let's see. This is just 3 frames spinning. Okay. Let's see what we got. Got some old wax on this one from spinning the other day. Alright, 1, 2. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bring up a drill. Oh my god, imagine just like put a drill on, just bzzz, spin it. This thing would jump out my windows. Put a cup underneath it and just like drink. My hands get so scuzzy from honey extraction, all the wax and stuff. Makes everything stick to your hands. Nice, let's see. Tilt it over a little bit if we can. Oh, flow, baby, flow. That's some liquid gold, everybody. A little piece of propolis just jumped on out there, if you guys saw that. It's okay, it's healthy for you. Oh, yeah, look at that shit. Look at that shit. Fent machine. Starting to drip down. Will it focus? There it is. How cool does that look, guys? Baby, baby. That's some money, money, money. Or should I say honey, honey, honey? Snake venom. Imagine if I had this much snake venom, dude. Dude, I think I'd be on a watch list. Yeah, this man's just harvesting snake venom by the gallons. He's just, I don't know what he's doing with it, but it seems toxic. Nah, Bassam, this is some straight honey right here. Snake venom, I like that. We've already got like a quarter gallon in there from just 3 frames. And this thing's flowing nice. All right, we're gonna push this back. Hopefully we don't leak nothing else. Okay. Put you guys back here again. Let's see how we're looking. Are we spun? Oh yeah, we're good. A little bit of the weird stuff right there. Hopefully I don't drip. You see that little weird bit? We're gonna rip that right off. Just like this. Oh, hold on. You guys aren't in the frame, I'm sorry. But I definitely do not want them building weird like that. Okay. Back in the collection bin. Well, I suppose. I guess what I'm gonna do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could technically put those in here. Nice. And then the other one, I'm gonna have to chop up a little bit. So we're gonna cut a new one up. All that's capped up. Nice. Nice. Try to grab you guys. Whew. Is that a stinger in my fucking finger? Dude! Ow! What the hell? Right in the tip of the middle finger! Oh, you bloody bastard! Where you... Hang on, guys. Hold on. Will it focus? Will it focus? Do you guys see that? That's the venom sac right there. And if you could see the little hair-like substance, that is the dang stinger, man! Caught me right in the middle finger. Number 1, everybody. I'm trying to like zoom out. Oh man, that sting. How the F did that catch me? First of all, there was no bee around. That means literally that bee stinger was like somehow on the honey frame, and I just happened to get lucky enough to have it hit me. I've pulled stingers and like rolled them around my hand. Never ever have I gotten stung like that. Hope you guys can see that. Ow! That's such a weird spot to get stung. Freaking stinging bastards. Need some of that honey. Take a gallon. 12 pounds is a gallon. Fun fact, honey weighs more than water. So a gallon, instead of being like 8-something pounds, is 12 pounds. Oh. No, the bee is there. She's right on the top of this. Hold on. So I put my finger under there and I smushed her ass. And she stung me. Right in the middle finger. That, everybody, is a bee. And this was a bee sting. Alright, back at it. Well, I suppose I'll just grab some from the Amish here in Michigan. Oh, that's awesome. What do they charge out in Michigan per pound of honey? I know everywhere is different. Over here, we are charging $15 a pound for our local pickup. We were charging 18, but it came in like a fancy jar, and it was like a honeycomb shaped jar with like a cute honey dipper and a bee pendant. But those jars were they were not sustainable, let's just say. So we switched over to a more commercialized jar. I'll show you guys in just a second once I peel this capping off here. But that's where she was. She was on the frame. I didn't even feel her until I got over here. Normally, if you're pulling frames, you'll feel the bee buzzing you, especially if you put your finger on her. But I didn't even feel that. I just felt the stinger last second. I'm surprised I didn't scream like a little girl. Drop the frame. I've been known to scream. Scream on stream! That. Man, look how golden that honey is, guys. That is just some serious stuff. Oh, that's honey. Not sure you guys see the glistening now. It's so light you can barely even tell that it's there. That's insane. I really hope the honey bucket that I'm using is not a bad honey gate on it, because that would mean it's probably leaking all over my floor right now. Should probably check that. But it's okay, we have other buckets. So now this is going to go back on the colony, and the bees are going to have the rest of the summer to collect what they want and store what they want. We have a really good goldenrod flow here around mid-August until like late September. So we should have plenty of resources for the girls over winter. I found out that one of my hives today is completely queenless, and it was like one of my best colonies. No idea. I might drop a frame of brood in there and just give them the resources in order to build another one. Good news is the honey bucket's not leaking. Someone in the UK, €10. Okay, so for 12-ounce jars, so maybe $13.50 after conversion. For just 12 ounces, what would you sell a 16-ounce jar for? Our 16-ounce jar is $15. How about now? I just refreshed the stream. Sorry. I think it's because I didn't refresh it after Jackie called. Are we good? We good now? Yes, no, maybe so. Oh, man, that finger, man, is hurting. It's going to swell up as we do the stream. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 4 more whatchamacalls is. Yeah, we're back. Okay. So I guess when I picked up the phone with Jackie, it got messed up. Quick little sting in the neck. Whoa! That's a good one. Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh. Oh. Ah. Hold on. Try to show you guys. I don't know if you could see it. It's like right about there. Hang on. I'm gonna try to figure out. She's sort of half gone. I don't want to waste her. Ugh. Can you guys see the stinger? Somewhere around there. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. Rather you than me, I ache for days after this thing. Yeah. Honestly, I ache for days until this thing. So I use it for, can't say what I use it for, but it may or may not help me feel better with my arthritis. Oh, how balanced this machine is. Oh, this is so nice. It's sort of losing balance, but it's all right. We 100% already got like a gallon of honey. Maybe. Yeah, I'd say it's about a gallon from the 3 frames. Usually with my deeps, if they're fully capped up and have honey in it, they're about 4 pounds each. One was like half drawn, so I can only assume that was, let's say one was full, so 4 plus, let's say 2, maybe, so 6, and then the other frame is 3. Maybe you got 9 pounds in here so far from the 3 frames, and then this should give us another 9 if these are 3 pounds each. I was talking to one beekeeper, and I'm like, yeah, what food grade lubricant do you use at the bottom for your ball bearings? Because there's obviously a pin that goes down and sits inside of this ball bearing cavity. And he goes, wait, they have food grade lubricant? And I go, yeah. I'm like, you don't use lubricant? Shit, I was just leaking some honey in there. That's okay. There wasn't really much wax in it. I'm like, you don't use lubricant? He goes, no, my machine smokes. He goes, that must be why the machine is always smoking. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Dude's just running his ball bearings on a hope and a dream. Me, on the other hand, I use olive oil. Just a drop or two. Every couple of extractions, I'll replenish it. But I never let the honey get up to that point of getting on. So like it like slopes like this at the bottom of this bough, and then it has like a big nut, and then over the nut is the ball bearing spot. This honey's light, guys. it's all gonna get mixed, so it doesn't matter. But this is like, or who knows? Maybe it's different viscosities, so maybe it'll separate. So as I bottle, we'll have some honey that's lighter than others. That'd be cool. My phone's gonna be so sticky. So that's the color of the other stuff. This is the color of the new stuff. People use hair dryer to melt capping. Dude, don't do that. It is like, oh my god. Scraping them off. No, it was brutal. I'ma keep it real. What up? Cod Coda M? Huh. Never seen him. People say I look like, what's that guy? Fweezy? Fagoozy? I've gotten that guy before. And that guy's literally my twin. At least when I'm, like, more, shaven. It smells so good in here, guys. I don't think you understand what it's like to extract honey, but it smells so good. The extraction process is like awesome. When we get smell-o-vision one day, I'll share with you guys. This honey just be flowing out of here. Oh, the smell hates the mess. Oh yeah, I'm like a sticky mess right now. Come on, get on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5. Moving along, moving along. With that weird spot in the middle. Damn bees are getting so goddamn creative. Should probably pull this next one. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They seriously propolized the hell out of this. Not sure if you guys could see or not, but like maybe. The bottom half is like darker on this. This side's looks the same color mostly. Go back to looking at my booty. Do you store the frames wet? I can just give them back to the bees. They clean them up. Honestly, my goal moving forward is I'm gonna send all my colonies into winter with the frames drawn up top. So basically they'll get double deep and the medium super going into winter, so they could store all of this and basically triple winter, or whatever, double deep in a single stack, super, whatever you want to call it, on going over winter. And then that will give them the ability to, one, have more honey, lay more brood if they need to going forward. Now they'll store more. It will be a bigger space to keep warm, but I won't have to worry about wax moths. That's my biggest concern. But here's the thing, right? If you have a colony that has the space and they can create all the bees before winter, well, then you should be okay. And honestly, next year, instead of having to like order medium frames and medium supers and deep frames and deep supers, next year I'm just I'm gonna, try to pretend to be strong, and I'm switching everything in my setup to just deeps, so I won't have any mediums once these ones phase out. One, it's gonna obviously be more weight to pick up, but that just means more weight, more honey, right? And it gives my bees more space. Now the question will be, if they run out of space, because I had one that ran out of space in a triple deep this year. They fully drew up the top 10 frames. I had 20 frames that they actually moved into old equipment, and they will they got so big they swarmed. I pulled the honey off the top 10, and we're going to see what happens. But the question is, will that triple need 4, right? Once they get into a triple deep, will they need 4 deeps, and will they be able to fully draw out 4 deeps? Granted, they're only going to need to draw out 2 deeps each year that I start like a new colony, because most of my colonies, once they are split, I have like extra resources from dead outs during the winter time, so I try to get them into a double deep that's fully drawn right away. Swarms are pretty easy to get them up and running into a double deep in one season. Just because they're apt to draw wax pretty quickly. There's probably 2 gallons now, honey. We're doing awesome, Legendary. Thank you for asking. I still have a stinger in my neck. Hope you have an amazing day as well. Alright, have all mine double brood and drop a single. Drop 2 a single and a super full of honey for winter. May try double brood. So the double brood, I like it. As long as they're not honey bound, and if you're consolidating at this point in time, right? Because like what I did last year is I pulled my honey, I spun any frames that or deeps that were like maybe getting honey bound. I let them go from like here. I actually harvested a little earlier last year, like around like June 30th. I let them go from there all the way to winter in the double deeps. I had about a 40%, whatever, 6 out of 14 colonies that died on me. I think it was 42% or 47%, something like that. Yeah, of loss. Man, these frames are stuck together so bad. I thought I brought my hive tool in. I have no idea where I put it though. Okay, got it. And then I just feel like they packed it out like really nicely as far as like treatment goes, because I switched over to doing all organic treatments, so I just use oxalic acid, which that machine was like $500. Absolutely crazy investment, but I figured it was about $3 per treatment versus $12 per treatment with Apigard, and it's an organic versus chemical. Oh man. when they're drawn out nicely, the knife is just so clutch. Dude, look at all the dark down there and it's like light in the middle. Beauty. Beauty, beauty, beauty. This one, there's like a sunken cavity right there. I'm sure you can't tell on the camera, but what's the best way to treat bee, wasp, hornet sting? Vinegar and baking soda. Or just leave it in your neck like I have right now. Don't leave it in your neck. And if you're allergic, make sure you seek medical attention immediately, because anaphylaxis can set in before you know it. And depending where you are, most places aren't getting to you in time with an EpiPen, unless you have your own EpiPen. And just know, you have to administer your EpiPen if the police show up first, at least in my state. Cops aren't allowed to do it. The paramedics can show up with an EpiPen of their own and give it to you. But the cop, even if it's your own EpiPen, they cannot administer it for you. So, suffocate a little bit and just stab yourself. Get it done. But I think it's like 7% of the populace is allergic to bee venom. And you can be allergic to wasp venom and not bee venom, and vice versa. Be allergic to bee venom, not wasp venom. That side's dark. This side's dark. EpiPens actually came down in price. They were more expensive. And then something happened. I think people complained and they came down. They were like $600 at one point. And insurance did not cover any of it, I think. Or something to that extent. Oh, that's so nice. Every time I process honey, I'm just like tempted to just go and lick the frame. The whole thing, straight up, all the way up it. Never do that. But what I do is I take all this wax upstairs and I have like a crock pot so I can melt it down for whatever. And there's always a few pieces of wax that I'm just like chewing like bubble gum. I don't think I'm gonna. No, this side is gonna be lame. Alright, back to the Afro pick. I think it's funny when people are like, oh, don't use metal. Don't use metal on your raw honey. It's going to react to it. Well, how am I supposed to extract it then? The extractor's metal. This is metal. My knife is metal. I have crutches. is in a cast right now. What happened? Jumped off a dugout roof? Oh shit, dude. Well, I hope you feel better soon. Have I made homemade maple syrup? If so, how? You need like 40 gallons of sap for like 1 gallon of syrup. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna like rinse my hands because I'm sticky. Also, figure pull the stinger out of my neck. Hey, Lisa. We're just extracting our honey today. I gotta like lay on this machine, and I have like a little A-frame attached to the leg, so it still gets all messed up. What should the giveaway be for 10,000 subs, guys? Should I do like a couple pounds of honey, a gallon of honey for 10,000 subscribers? My middle finger hurts so bad. I'm starting to flu. That just like, when it starts pumping like that and it just starts wafting up at you, it's so nice. Love it. And good news is, my honey gate is not leaking on this bucket. Jackie thought it was, but I think she had the washer on the inside of the plate versus the outside pulling it in. That's okay. That's okay. We have a good honey gate. That means we're in business for another 50 pounds of honey, so. I could probably spin this around. I unfortunately need to get myself a bucket with a broken frame, because that, I'm just going to slice it off, reuse the wax foundation on another frame, but I'm going to have to unfortunately waste all that wax, which sucks. It's alright, it happens. I'm using old equipment, so my frames are in need of rejuvenation. I feel that. So we'll work with what we got, you know. 40 gallons of maple sap, and then you cook it down until you're at like 1 gallon of syrup. My bead mentor, he does syrup and honey, because in our state there's no regulations as far as like inspections or adhering to state law. Besides, like, you have to do like something, so you have to like label the amount of ounces in your honey product. You have to do you have to have your address on your honey jars. It has to say raw honey. and it can't be processed or adulterated. But if it's just raw honey or pure maple syrup, there is no like actual big restrictions on it. But I think he collects like 800 gallons a year of sap, or more, probably more than that. He taps a bunch of trees on his property. Yo, you had the quails, right? I do, Uncle. What's going on? I do have the quail. Welcome to the stream, man. Good to have you here. We're processing honey today. All my hands are sticky. Got some tuna partly thanks to your videos. Oh, dude, that's so awesome. What happens if the queen bee dies? The colony will collapse unless they make a new one. But if they go laying worker, then they'll just they'll ditch the queen and they'll just let the workers lay. I'm so happy I inspired you to get quail. How they doing, by the way? They laying eggs for you yet? Oh, big chunk of wax right there. Uncle, do you have any requests for quail? By the way, let me know if you want to see anything particular with videos. I'll try to make one for you. Kind of bullying. It was a lot of smaller. Settle down quick. Nice. Look at that honey dripping, dude. That's so freaking awesome. It never gets old. It never gets old. I'm trying to like get it to focus. It's so difficult right now. All those air bubbles from the process. I can't stay sitting like that forever. Woo! Spin you guys back around. If you breed them, love a video on that. I mean, they breed themselves, but I could definitely talk about how I breed them, like my spiral program that I use. Basically, you need to have yourself 5 different bloodlines, and then you could do unlimited breeding. Or if you had 3 bloodlines, you could get 20 generations. But I'll do a more in-depth video on how I breed my girls. Guys, we're at like 2.5 gallons of honey, by the way. We got 1, 2, technically 3 more frames, but realistically only 2 to cut open. Because the one we're just shaving off into a bucket. And that's going to be eating honey. Just squeeze the wax out of it. Okay. Next frame. Any more bees? Yeah, this frame is of course going to be bees. Alright, so this was one that is already uncapped. We're going to actually test that with a refractometer quickly. Question is, where'd my refractometer go? Oh, shit. Stepped on the pig. Where's my refractometer? Literally? Okay. If I was my refractometer, where the fuck would I be? Not there. Not up there. Oh no. Why is it when we need something, it's never where you want it to be? It should have been just right up here with everything else. Is it outside? I don't know why it would be outside, but it might be. Maybe it's in the office. We got it, the refractometer. The refractometer. Alright. That's what you do. You get a little bit of honey, you put it on your prism, you smush it on like that, give it a minute to settle. Beautiful. I'm try to get you guys in here to see it. Maybe. There it is. 16%. Is that looking like 16%, guys? Looks like 16% to me. So anything that is under 18% for honey is not going to ferment. Ain't that a cool little tool? Like scientist over here, man. I always feel like a scientist when I'm doing honey. Especially if it's uncapped and I'm testing the moisture content of it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Put that here. And put that right now. This is going to be so dang difficult. I have to figure out what's what. Yeah. As far as the weight goes on this, I have so much freaking wax right now, guys. Y'all need candles? Chickens are having a good old time outside. Beautiful out, 76-degree day. Leaking. Gonna spin that a little bit to drop our weight down. Oh man, this broken frame sucks so bad. You guys, look at this. Oh boy, I'm trying not to make a mess, but I'm missing the whole top part of this frame. Sucks to be me. Big time. Making a mess. What do they call it? Making a mess with Mike. That's the show. Don't wear it out. Shit. Just like that, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Technically, we got 11 frames, but not extracting 11. Well, we are, but the 11th is not going to be on camera. Ooh. Rinse my hands for a second. Let this spin slowly. Wrong way. Rinse my hands. Alright, we're back. We definitely got like 3 pounds of honey, or 3 gallons, not 3 pounds. 3 gallons of honey. Not bad. It looks like it's a little bit more than half the bucket. I gotta open up this piece soon and adjust, not adjust, but lubricate that. This one must be. There's a good amount of honey in the bottom of this extractor still. I love watching it just whip to the wall. so much honey in this. Alright. Got maybe another half pound of honey in there. That's gonna be hanging until tomorrow's extraction. Looking at this honey that I have to cut. So all extracted here. That glistening comb. A lot of stuff I have to break, man. Crazy. Anyway, guys, I'm popping off. I'm sure it is past dinner time. I bet the wife already fed the kids. And yeah, I want you guys to have a good day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are. Make sure you go out and enjoy the day. Enjoy this beautiful weather we're having here. And I'll catch you all next time. You guys take care now.